My name is Gary Chicory Jr. Today is 11 July 2026. This assignment is Headspace and Firing Pin Protrusion Demonstration, and it's for class FTT 131, Maintenance and Troubleshooting of Firearms. My sources for today's video is Kasner Rick FTT 131, Module 1, Unit 5, Inspection Tools and Processes, SDI, December 2025. So the first thing we need to do is ensure that the weapon is safe. So the weapon is on safe. Go ahead and clear it out. We'll visually and physically check, make sure. Yep, there's nothing in there. The weapon is now cleared. So I have removed the bolt from the rifle, and in the front here you can see I have removed the ejector. Now the reason why you want to do that is because when you go to put your protrusion gauge in there, if the ejector's in there, it might give you a false reading. So let's go ahead and do this. So you want to take your protrusion gauge, and I'm using my digital calipers here, and I have come up with 630 thousandths of an inch. So now what I got to do is I'm going to take this, and I've got to move the bolt so the firing pin is protruding out. All I'm going to do is just give it a twist. Now the firing pin is going to be protruding out of the front. So all I'm going to do is take my firing pin piece here, push it in, spin that to lock it in place. And as you can see now, a portion of that pin is out. So now we'll go ahead and remeasure it. What I've come up with is 680 thousandths of an inch. So what that is going to do is I take those two numbers and I subtract them, and I find out that the firing pin protrusion is coming out 5 thousandths of an inch from the bolt face. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over a go, no go gauge test. So right here we have our go gauge, and a successful go gauge will tell me that the chamber meets the headspace requirements as a minimum and will ensure that the standard ammo will chamber without a problem. And as you can see, it locks down into place fairly easily. Now we're going to go ahead and use our no-go gauge. Now a successful no-go gauge will tell me that the chamber doesn't have the excessive headspace, and a no-go gauge represents the maximum safe limits as the go tells you the minimum. So we have it in there, and we try and push it down. You see, it won't allow us to go down all the way. So that tells me that this headspace is good in this rifle. Next, we are going to go over and do the tape measure test. So we've already seen that the go gauge fits in there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take some painter's tape, put it on the back of the go gauge, just give it a little tap to give you that outline. Then from there, you're going to tear off the tape, put it back in, and you're going to keep measuring and you're going to keep adding layers of tape until the go gauge will not let you close it, and then we'll measure it. So I'll come back when I'm done with that. All right, so I've added 3 layers of tape to the end of that go gauge. And let's go ahead and test to see if it'll close. Spoiler alert, I already did. It won't close. Goes in. I push it down, it won't go down any further. So what that tells me is after applying several layers of the tape, initially it measured out at 1 inch, 608 thousandths of an inch. And after adding the tape, it was 1 inch, 625 thousandths of an inch. So there was 17 thousandths of an inch added, and that represents the additional headspace that of clearance between the minimum and maximum safe thresholds. If there's more space than there should be, or if it does close on the no-go gauge, then there's excessive space, and I wouldn't recommend using that rifle until it is remedied. Once it has been, go through the safety test again just to ensure that it functions safely.